Hey everybody, and welcome to this special on the super new moon that happens in Aquarius on the 28th of February, priming us up for that solar eclipse new moon next month. So yeah, Aquarius. I'm Amani. I'm a karmic, holistic, astrological life coach, and I like to go in depth in all that I do. And all of my interpretations, especially when it comes to Venus, Mercury, Sun transits and everything really, are based on Vedic astrology, which is based on where the planets or the luminaries, which are the Sun and the Moon, are any given time in the sky. And all times are in GMT time as well. So yeah, thanks for listening, and yeah. So it happens at 45 minutes past midnight GMT, that's the exact moment, but you know each new moon lasts us the energy, the influence of right up until the next new moon astrologically. So this super new moon happens in the 16th degrees of Aquarius, and the energetic frequency for this, so the vibe, what is it all about in 3 words? Innovation, being open to the new, that is, breakthroughs and radical transformations. That means, you know, working towards letting go of things and transforming, making those changes or continuing those changes in your life. So it's about blending, mixing your unique visions and goals with practical action. So taking action on your goals. Now, Aquarius energy is all about being detached from being subjective, right, from what's going on in a way, but not ultimately, it's not in the way where we shut off the world, but it's the way where we remain objective and focus on our goals. Aquarius energy is also about community and collective consciousness, and the new moon within itself is all about fresh starts and innovative thinking. And you know, we can think of this energy as an opportunity to reset your life, you know, to be open to your wildest dreams and goals and ideas. It's a chance to vibe with, embrace, you know, your individuality and make meaningful connections, dream big, plan strategically, which is the key word, because a lot of the time, you know, Uranus, Aquarius energy can make us just want to rebel for the sake of it. So it wants us to plan and take bold, courageous steps towards our future with confidence and creativity. So imagine standing at the intersection of your personal ambition and the collective consciousness, where your individual genius meets universal potential. And the Sabian symbol of a businessman at his desk speaks volumes about professional empowerment, and as I said, having a plan and the art of manifesting your vision through working through your emotional, spiritual and psychological baggage, and managing all areas of your life, the spiritual, the emotional, psychological, the physical and financial, right? So if you want to know about, you know, the in-depth version of this new moon, skip about 5-6 minutes. The timestamps are there. If not, then I'm just going to talk a bit about what a super moon is and all that good stuff, the astrological meaning and all of that first, before I go on and explain more about what this super new moon in Aquarius on the 28th of February really means for us. Okay, so what is a super new moon? So it's like a regular new moon, cooler, more relaxed and popular cousin, you know, an intense cousin actually. And it happens when the moon is at its closest point to the earth, which is also called perigee in astrology. So it's closer to us than usual, the new moon, making its gravitational pull stronger, but we still can't see it because after all it's still the new moon and we don't see the moon when it's new, right? But we can definitely feel its effects. It happens a few times a year, so this makes it rarer, more special than like our average new moon. So think of it as the universe turning up the volume and all those moon vibes, and it's like an astrological energy drink when you least expect it, right? So The supermoon is like hitting the turbo button on new beginnings. Think of booster cars in maybe movies like The Fast and the Furious, right? So it can increase our manifestation power. Our intentions and wishes have extra sort of like power. Pistons. I'm trying to think of car analogies, but behind them. So we can feel a stronger need for change, and we might feel a more intense desire to shake things up in our life, and increased in our heightened intuition, and our inner voices can be on loudspeaker. So listen up. It's a perfect time to set those big, really audacious, crazy wild goals that you've been too scared to voice to yourself. And we can use this energy because the universe is listening to us. It's all ears and ready to help us make that magic happen. So I'm going to talk more about the spiritual meanings now. So it's like VIP pass to our inner world, the supermoon energy. It allows us to connect more deeper with our higher self, release old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us, and align more closely with our soul's purpose. It is our chance to do some serious spiritual spring cleaning, being out with the old vibes and in with the new, that sort of thing. And it's like a power wash for our souls. On the esoteric levels, it's about finding a secret level in our favorite video game, and really focus on what's hidden beneath the surface. It can give us increased psychic abilities, intuitive or deductive reasoning, logical abilities. Our third higher consciousness might be working overtime, so pay attention to any flashes of insight that comes through conversation, dreams, visions, daydreaming. It's sort of like a karmic fast tracking energy, so we may notice like a speed up in us wanting to deal with the things that are causing issue in our life, because karmic patterns come to our attention, and this energy allows us to rapidly heal and release them. So this is a really good energy. It acts as a sort of dimensional doorway, a portal to other realms and dimensions of consciousness if you work with this energy, right? Because we must always work with these astrological vibrations to use them, tap into them. Obviously on the mundane level, everyday level, the energies affect us, but by practically applying them we can make the best of them, right? So it's a chance to dig deep into psychic abilities and mystical practices and stuff like that. The best use of this energy, as I said, is to set supercharged intentions, write them down, your biggest dreams and goals, and as long as you're willing to work daily towards them. Consistency is the key. Meditate or do energy work or any other spiritual practices or anything that makes you feel good, whether it's screaming, dancing, singing, gaming, whatever, because we all work in different ways, we all meditate in different ways, right? Breathwork meditation will be really good now. Pay attention to your dreams, as it can be more vivid and meaningful, and just trust your gut, because our intuition can be our friend during the super new moon. See it as a sort of booster shot for your personal growth and spiritual evolution. It's a time to shine, even in the dark, even if you're going through turmoil, and the darkness, because there's no moon, we don't see it, right? So work with this energy, trust the process, and get ready for some major transformational vibes if you're willing to work with this energy. And remember, the universe has got your back, and so has the planetary energies. Okay, so now I'm just going to give holistic energy breakdown of this super new moon in Aquarius on the 28th of February. So this is like the summary version, and then after this I'm going to go at it for more angles, talking about the sabin symbols in more depth and the aspects and stuff like that. So as I said, Aquarius energy is like that genius friend who's always 10 steps ahead, challenging us to think beyond our comfort zone and reimagine what we think is possible in our lives, So positively, it allows us to make breakthroughs in our thinking that can make our brain do backflips. It allows us to have radical problem solving abilities, allows us to innovate, and brainstorm new ideas. It invites us to think outside of the box and cook up some ideas that will make people go, whoa, if you're that way inclined, or just make your life better, because this is why I do these these specials and stuff. So it can bring to us unexpected network connections. We can focus on our squad goals, be all about our close ones, our friends, our family. It's all about community, as I said, Aquarius energy. So you might find yourself connecting with your tribe in new ways, or expanding your social circle, or meeting new people as well. It allows us to have technological and humanitarian insights. We're more willing to give and help others. And it's a chance to totally redesign our life's path, our blueprint, and it gives us the green light to dream big about our future. So it's like having a crystal ball, but instead of just seeing the future, you're creating it. And the big businessman at his desk energy, the symbolism is low key, telling us to become the CEO of our life, to make a plan and be strategic and organized to meet our goals. But as always, plot twist, there's always negatives to all these energies, right? It isn't all sunshine and unicorns, the super new moon in Aquarius. It can make us feel overwhelmed mentally, and we can get stuck in analysis paralysis, information overload, overthinking. Our brain may feel like it's running too many tabs at once, so think of a browser with a million tabs open. So don't let it crash your mental browser, your mind. There's a risk of becoming too detached from our emotions and our relationships right now, which can cause issues in our relationships, but it also allows us to be detached so we can think about our relationships and think about the productivity, the toxicity that may be in them, and what we need to do to change that, which could mean changing ourselves, letting go of a relationship for some of you. So although this airy energy, it fits air, so we can be stubborn, but it can also, be a good thing, because it can make us focus on our goals, but it can just make us feel a bit disconnected. So remember to check in with your feelings and not just live in your head. And there can be a potential conflict between your individual and collective needs, and there can be an overwhelming need to change everything at once. And you can just become sort of like a rebel with a cause, as Aquarius loves to say things up, but make sure you're not just being different for the sake of it. As I said earlier, keep it real and be authentic and true to yourself. So just sort of like imagine a super new moon, that your brain is a supercomputer getting a massive software update, and this new moon is essentially defragmenting your mental hard drive, getting rid of your inner junk. And it can really bring changes in our life if we are willing to take action during this new moon on the 28th of February and clear out old programming and install next level consciousness algorithm. So change our daily habits, think about working through our emotional and spiritual and psychological traumas and managing them, and loving on ourselves and forgiving ourselves, because that is the key, right? To radically accept. And I said at the beginning, I think one of the key words was radical transformation, right? So the Sabian symbol, in summary, it gives CEO boss mode vibes, right? But don't let this intimidate you, thinking, I've got to be like anyone else. It's just about taking charge of your own life like a boss, thinking about what areas need some executive decisions, where do you need to get real and make those hard changes. Again, it wants us to strategically think and map out our goals like you're planning world domination, but in a good way, of course. Resource management, think about how you're using your time, energy and talents. A lot of the time we waste our time, so are you investing in yourself wisely? And remember, you don't need a corner office to embody and live out and manifest this energy, right? So whether you're managing your household budget or leading a community project, remember that you've got that boss potential within you, So in terms of practical actions to take, set clear goals, write down your intentions, especially those related to innovation and personal, spiritual, intellectual growth. It's a powerful energy to manifest your dreams, network with others like a professional, reach out to new people and groups. Aquarius loves community vibes, so connect with like-minded individuals who can inspire and support you. Be open to new experiences and perspectives, thinking about why do you believe in the things that you do. Do they need to be upgraded, your beliefs, This is a time to welcome change with open arms and let go of what no longer serves you, and organising your space, your mental space or your actual physical space, like a businessman at his desk, can allow yourself to get your environment and your head and your mindset in order. Remember, a tidy space can lead to a tidy mind, helping you to focus on what truly matters. So yeah, that's the summary version. So now I'm going to go more in depth talking about the financial, more about the psychological and spiritual and esoteric meanings, and as I said, the aspects. So yeah, so financially, the Sabian symbol of a big businessman at his desk wants you to take responsibility in your life. Use this time to review your financial goals and make strategic decisions about your budgeting, investing and saving plans, as this will go a long way. Think about how you can progress and advance in your career, how you can step up in your skills, and this may mean taking on new responsibilities or seeking out new job opportunities for growth, right? Or going out there and starting your own side hustle and stuff. Don't think everybody else has already done all of this. Remember, I believe every one of us have got our niche, our community out there, so go and find your niche and never give up on yourself. So yeah, it reminds us to manage our resource, especially our time management, and be more mindful of how we use our time, energy, thoughts and actions. It's also a great time to assess your spending habits, thinking about where you can cut back and make changes if need be, or spend more if need be, or especially on upgrading your professional, personal, spiritual development skills, So to really use this energy financially, maybe create a 6-month financial vision board or goals, learn one new digital skill, order your current income streams, and invest in courses that expand, grow your economic intelligence, because a lot of the time we learn about the world changing and we stay the same and then we feel lost. But if we upgrade our skills right and get with the program, in some ways we can make the best out of our life always. So on the social and collective level, it wants us to get involved in groups and causes that resonate with us. It's a great time to give back, as I said, especially to the greater good, and make a positive impact. So think about what skills you can offer, maybe team up with others to brainstorm new ideas and projects. Aquarius energy is perfect for thinking outside of the box and coming up with creative solutions, in terms of social networking. Expand your social circle and connect with people who inspire you, and this is a time to build meaningful relationships and share your unique gifts with the world. So ask yourself, how can you use your resources to make a difference? And it's not all about money, it's about time and energy as well, So in terms of your personal growth, it wants you to refresh your personal identity. It's time to ask yourself, who are you really? What makes you unique? How can I express myself more authentically? And think of it as a personal brand makeover for your soul, right? You may feel yourself wanting or feeling that you want to break free from what's holding you back. Think about what change you are ready to shake off. Your brain can go into overdrive with this energy, with ideas, as I said, so keep notes handy, or your phone to voice record or whatever, as you never know when inspiration will strike, or pen and paper if you're old school, Think of it as your personal revolution. Maybe it's time to try that wild hairstyle you have been eyeing, or maybe it's time to finally start that YouTube channel or podcast, as I said, or that obscure out there hobby, or the universe is giving us the thumbs up to be bold, courageous, and be us in all dimensions, and be authentic to ourselves. In terms of the psychological meanings, Aquarius energies helps us to look at our feelings like a scientist and let go of thoughts that no longer serve us. It allows us to break patterns and notice any habits that are more than awesome. Now is the chance to hit the reset button and create healthier mental patterns. In terms of community connections, our brain can crave some squad time, so think about how you can connect with your tribe in new ways. So why not try a meditation app or join an online community that vibes with your interests, because your future self will thank you. In terms of the spiritual meaning, trust those gut feelings. Your inner GPS is getting a software update. Pay attention to your dreams and intuitive triggers and your purpose and clarity. Some of you may get flashes of insight into your life's mission. Think about what makes your soul do a happy dance and follow those breadcrumbs, In terms of the collective consciousness, we can feel more connected to the world. Our spiritual Wi-Fi can get stronger, and we should embrace the sense of unity, be open to it, and then be open to the feelings of interconnectedness in the world and within ourselves. Learning to bring our strengths and weaknesses together, It's a good time for spiritual exploration, so maybe dust off that tarot deck or try past life regression, meditation, breath work meditation, tai chi, yoga, and Pilates, or just spend some quality time stargazing, Your soul is ready to expand, so give it some space to grow. So remember, this super new moon in Aquarius is encouraging us to embrace our quirks and let our authentic self shine. It allows us and wants us to shake up our mental patterns and be open to new possibilities and connect with our higher purpose and the world around us. And remember that we're not just evolving for ourselves. Our growth sends ripples through the whole universe. So dream big, think differently, and be unapologetically you. Okay, so now I'm just going to talk about the karmic meanings and lessons and the dreams that can come up and the collective karma. So one of the key lessons of this super new moon is to vibe with, embrace your individuality. The universe is motivating you to let go of societal expectations and be who you are truly. Aquarius energy is also about collective, thinking about how you can become a better you for the collective. Use all the different personality traits of you, as well as us as a collective, as humanity, right? So think about how you can contribute to the greater good and make a positive impact on your community, family, relationships, whatever. Learn to detach from emotional entanglements and view situations with a clear, objective mind. It's a time to practice non-attachment and let go of what no longer serves you. Think of the new moon as an astrological classroom where you're learning to balance your personal desires with the needs of the collective. It's all about finding harmony between your individuality and your role in the larger scheme of life. So in terms of past lives and memories and dreams that may repeat, pay attention to any recurring dreams that may hold clues to unresolved karmic issues and lessons from past lives. Notice any strong emotions that come up arise during this time. They can be linked to past life experiences that are seeking resolution. Keep an eye out for symbols or signs in your dreams that may offer insights into your soul's journey and lessons you're meant to learn. And it's a great time to keep a dream journal and reflect on emerging patterns or themes. And your subconscious is like a treasure chest of wisdom waiting to be unlocked, and I can vouch for that. So dreams and themes where you may have abused technology, or the technology of the day in the era of what you dream about, sort of thing. Abuse your position as a leader, or was too radical and out there and rebelled too much and neglected the needs of others. In terms of the collective karma, a lot of us may think about social justice and equality issues. It's a time to reflect on how you can contribute to making the world more equal, We may be more aware about the environment at this time, feeling a stronger need to connect to more environmental issues and to do what you can to solve them, whether it be recycling more or anything like that, buying less, consider how your actions impact the world and what changes you can make for the better. In terms of technological advancements, we may see changes, shifts, in how technology is used to connect and uplift and improve communities, So now I'm going to talk about the aspects that the moon and the sun's making at the time of this super new moon. So the sun and the moon are making a semi-sextile to Venus. So this allows us to bring harmony and beauty into our life and focus on self-love and nurturing our relationships in a detached, healthy way. It also helps us with our creative plans and indulging in self-care. And this semi-sextile can sometimes create a sense of unease or indecision, and you might feel torn between what you want and what you need. It's important to find a balance and not let minor irritations get under your skin. The best use of this energy is to increase and enhance your relationships and express your creativity. So whether it's painting, writing, singing, dancing, or simply spending quality times with yourself or your loved ones, let your heart lead the way. So this energy allows us to do that. The sun and moon also makes a trine to Mars, so it brings the motivation and courage needed to take action to make the changes that this super new moon wants us to make, right? It allows us to be more confident and ready to tackle challenges head on. But on the negative end, there's a risk of becoming overly assertive and impulsive and not respecting other people's boundaries, So make sure that you channel this energy wisely and constructively and avoid stepping on toes, and make sure you enforce your boundaries because others may try to overstep them, So the best use of this energy is to go after your goals with passion and energy, and it's allows us to start those new passions, projects, and take those steps towards our dreams. But just remember to keep cool and think before you act and react. The moon and sun also make a square to Jupiter, so it allows us to be more optimistic and gives us a desire for growth and seek out new things. So it's supporting us with this super new moon, but it can also lead to us overspending, being overindulgent and unrealistic. So be mindful of taking on too much and making promises that you can't keep. The best use of this energy is to explore new opportunities and just be sure to, stay grounded while you do that and realistic about what you can achieve over your time period. Make sure you make a strategic plan, a tick list. This is my theme for the year. Write down the goals and tick them off, to stay focused. The sun and the moon also make a quintile to Uranus, so it allows us to, and it adds that inner, it's sort of energy, quintile energy, so it supports our inner genius and us being innovative and seeking out the new and implementing new things into our life. It allows us to embrace our unique ideas and think outside of the box. It supports us having sudden breakthroughs in problems and our projects and stuff, but negatively it can add to the restlessness, and the desire for change can disrupt our normal routine. So just make sure you stick to your routine, and if you don't feel like going out on that date night, let your partner know rather than not turning up. Communication is key, and just be careful also not to make hasty decisions just for the sake of it, because this can have consequences in the long run. So use this energy to embrace your inner innovator and let your creativity shine. It's a great time to experiment with new things, but make sure your choices align with your long-term goals. So also at the time of this new moon, right, there's a T-square. Well, actually there's two of them, and T-square energy brings a tug of war. If you want to listen to what a T-square actually is, it's here, and then you can skip if you already know what one is. So yeah, okay, so Now I'm going to talk about what a T-square is in astrology and the positives and negatives of a transiting T-square. So a T-square in astrology is when 3 or more planets, normally some people count points. I will only count a point such as the moon's north node if it was like conjunct a planet like Venus at the same degree, something like that in a T-square. I wouldn't necessarily include it on its own. So yeah, a T-square is when 3 or more planets form a right-angled triangle in the transit chart, and this configuration involves 2 planets being involved each other, creating tension, and a third planet squares both of the opposing planets, and this is why it's called like a T-square, because it looks like a T. And the positives of a transiting T-square include increased motivation for growth and change, opportunities for self-awareness and transformation, and the potential for breakthroughs in difficult situations. It can act as a catalyst for personal development and push us outside of our comfort zones. Negatively, we can struggle with decision making due to the conflicting energies. We can experience a heightened emotional intensity, leading to stress or anxiety and challenges in communication and our relationships. And it can also kind of bring eternal conflict to some of us as well, because of the external obstacles that come, or the internal thoughts of unresolved psychological, emotional and spiritual trauma that can come up. And dealing with these issues internally or externally that come up can require patience and resilience to overcome. So yeah, as I said, there's 2 T-squares. So the first is between Mercury in Pisces, Saturn in Aquarius, and the North Node in Pisces as well. So this T-square is about balancing. It wants us to balance dreamy intuition with practical reality. Mercury in Pisces wants us to swim in the sea of imagination, while Saturn in Aquarius demands structure and discipline. And the North Node supports us and nudges us towards our soul's purpose, pushing us to integrate these energies, right? And Mercury in Pisces and Neptune in Pisces and the North Node in Pisces wants us to focus on spiritual insight and creativity. And Mercury and Neptune in Pisces add to this streaming, mystical, vibrant energy, and the North Node once again acts as that guiding star, encouraging us to channel these T-squares energies meaningfully. So how do they directly impact the new moon? Well, they add to the intuition that we can feel and gut feelings that we can get. So pay attention to our dreams and visions, as I said earlier, as our intuition can really be on fire. It allows for creative breakthroughs, but it can also bring tension between our imagination and reality. But it's good because this allows us to come up with new solutions to our problems, right? And it allows us to brainstorm new ideas and projects, which this super new moon is all about, change. And because the Piscean energy can bring emotional clarity, and Saturn's influence helps us ground those emotions, right? And Saturn and Uranus co-rule Aquarius, so this is really good. So it allows us to reflect on our feelings and gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world. So how can you make the use of these T-squares? Stay grounded, meditate, go outside in nature, try not to get lost in the clouds, because Pisces energy, what is it? Neptune, 12th house. We can always run to our intoxicating habits of indulging in drugs, drink, alcohol, anything else that's toxic to us in excess, because I believe in everything's good in moderation, right? Well, most things, right? Obviously there are exceptions to that rule. Some things destroy us, right? So although the tension of this T-square can feel uncomfortable, it's also a push, a catalyst, a motivator for change. So be open to new perspectives and embrace the shifts that come your way, and use this new moon to set intentions that align with your soul's purpose, focusing on integrating your dreams with practical steps to make them reality. So now I'm just going to talk about and starting to finish up now with the Sabian symbol breakdown. So the Sabian symbols are influencing us this super new moon. So as you know, the sun and the moon are in the 16th degree of Aquarius, and as I said, the Sabian symbology for this is a big businessman at his desk. So this symbol is all about taking charge and making strategic decisions. It's a good time to step into a leadership role in your career or personal life. It wants us to organise and plan right, to channel this energy to get our life in order. We need planning, and this can go a long way into achieving our goals, as I said, but we just need to watch out for burnout, overworking ourselves and stress. So make sure you take care of your well-being, and you may feel disconnected, as I said, from your emotions, so stay grounded and make time for self-care. So this energy is all about taking charge of your life and health like a boss. So in terms of our emotional health, we may find the surge of confidence and increase in ambition, and use, this energy to set goals for your emotional well-being. Maybe it's time to start that gratitude journal you've been putting off. In terms of our spiritual health, this symbol encourages us to approach our spiritual practice with structure and purpose. So think of yourself as the CEO of your soul, and think about what strategies you can bring into your life for spiritual growth, allowing room for you to take time to do that, right? And it rules the lymph vessels, this Sabian degree, in our lower left leg. So how can we look after these, right? So we could do some gentle leg exercise to boost lymphatic drainage, stay hydrated to keep our lymph system flowing smoothly, consider dry brushing to stimulate lymph flow. Psychologically, our mind is sort of like primed for organisation and strategic thinking, so we can take advantage by creating a mental health action plan, setting boundaries in our relationship, and prioritising self-care activities, as I said, because we must always take some time out for ourselves, So Venus is in the 17th degree of Pisces, so this positively allows us to enjoy life's simple pleasures. It's a great time to connect with loved ones and celebrate the beauty around you. It allows us to feel creative and inspired, so let our imagination run wild, shall we, and channel it into those creative plans. But again, it can add to the escapism and overindulging, and we may avoid reality. So we have to make sure with the overindulgence as well that we remain in balance and do not overdo it. Yeah, have fun, indulge in some of your favourite things, but just not too much. As I said, it's all about moderation, right? Taking care of all areas of our life. It allows us to feel more connected to others, this energy, and express our feelings. It encourages us to embrace new beginnings in our spiritual journey, and maybe trying a new meditation technique or exploring a different spiritual tradition. It wants us to look after the ligaments of our left foot, because this is what this Sabian degree rules, right? So we can show our ligaments and love by doing foot stretches and exercises, wearing supportive shoes, and giving ourselves a massage on our feet, or legs, and practice balance exercises to strengthen your ankles, and open to new opinions and beliefs. And as I said, question why you believe in the things that you do. Use this energy to challenge those negative thought patterns, explore new hobbies and interests, and practice self-compassion and forgiveness. And Uranus is in the 30th degrees of Aries, and that Sabian symbol is a duck pond and its brood, right? So again, positively supports nurturing and community thinking, and supporting those around us and supporting ourselves as well. And it highlights the importance of community and family, and self-love. It wants us to be flexible and grow, just like a duck navigating its pond, embrace change and be open to new experiences. But negatively also adds to that restlessness I talked about earlier. We can as to the impulsiveness in our decisions. So we need to take a moment to think about things before acting on them. We may feel a bit isolated from others, so reach out and connect with your tribe for support. You can feel a strong urge to take care for others while also asserting your independence. So find a balance between nurturing your relationships and maintaining your personal space. Encourages us to find spiritual nourishment in our unexpected places. Maybe try a nature meditation or explore eco-spirituality. In terms of our physical health, the pituitary gland, which is one of our saliva glands in our mouth, is the focus. This is what this degree rules, so we can look after the health of our glands, by staying hydrated, chewing sugar-free gum to stimulate saliva production or anything else that stimulates that, practicing good oral hygiene. It also adds to our ability to brainstorm and solve our problems, and it wants us to explore new ways of thinking about old problems and be open to change and adaptability in our daily lives. And ultimately these Sabian energies and symbols are helping us towards holistic well-being. So listen to your body, your mind and your soul, and trust your intuition, and don't be afraid to shake things up a bit and love on yourself, because we're all our own human and we can make mistakes, and sometimes we can make ourselves pay for decades over things that we need to let go of, because sometimes we hold on to these things like unforgiveness, bitterness, or blaming ourselves or others, and guilt and shame and all of that, and this stops us from experiencing the fullness of life. So this new moon, in conclusion, wants us to reset our life and be open to leveling up our thinking, connecting with our tribe and stepping into our personal power. It wants us to imagine that we're the CEOs of our lives, and it wants us to think about the bold moves that we're ready to make. It's perfect energy for us to use to set intentions that blend our personal goals with community impact, and it wants us to glow up while lifting others up as well. So practically, as I said, it wants us to blend our practical ambitions with our most revolutionary ideas. Think of yourself as an entrepreneur, even if you're not one, where your desk isn't just about workspace but a portal for manifesting radical change. So the desk acts as you in your symbology, right? So imagine that you're a portal for newness, right? So in terms of the rituals you can do at this super new moon, create a vision board, write down your wildest goals, as I said, meditate and collective healing, journal about innovative solutions to your life problems, connect with like-minded people. So, in terms of fire signs, your creative energy can get a massive upgrade, so lean into unconventional new approaches to old things and, to your lifestyle. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and of course the fire signs are Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. So yeah, earth signs, ground your revolutionary ideas into practical systems. Remember, your strategic mind is your superpower. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is your energy, it's your super new moon, you may feel it the most. This is your moment, your natural innovative spirit is being increased, so be open to newness, be open to upgrading your spiritual, intellectual, any other practices you're into, Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio and Pisces, use intuitive insights to bridge the practical and spiritual world. So karmically, this new moon, as I said, is a chance to download and upgrade your highest potential. The magic happens when you blend mixed strategic thinking with, heart-centered, intuitive innovation. It wants us to set intentions, be open to all possibilities, and remember, tuning into your inner businessman or business person isn't just about profit, purpose or impact. It's about collective evolution as well. So all in all, this new moon is your invitation to think bigger, dream wilder and step into your most empowered self, right? And remember that the universe has your back. So ask yourself, what's your game plan? Are you ready to sit at that big business person's desk or take control of your life and make some power moves in your life? It's a perfect time to draft your personal mission statement and start making those dreams a reality, right? So remember, the best use of this energy is to start a project that pushes your creative boundaries. The wilder the better. Think about your day-to-day habits and lifestyle and the changes that you can do there. Think about how you can grow up while uplifting others. Connect with people who inspire you. Join an online community that vibes with your interests. Take a moment to meditate on your long-term visions. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, and how can this super new moon energy in Aquarius help you kickstart that journey? So yeah, this new moon, as I said, is our chance to think bigger, connect widely with others, take charge of our lives, whether we're updating our LinkedIn or any other social media profile, or planning to save the world, or both. The universe has our back, so all you have to do now is go out there and slay. You cosmic CEO, I believe in you guys. So yeah, that's the end of this breakdown of the super new moon in Aquarius. I'm Amani, your holistic astrological life coach. Take care and see you next time.